Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Well, what do we have here? Apologies if my voice sounds different. I think one of y'all dummies out there are getting me sick. I can feel it. Fingers crossed that it's something that passes easily and doesn't get worse. But yeah, feeling a little bit under the weather. But we have to talk about this. It looks to me like someone on the league side of things said, you know what? All this nonsense out there that we're hearing from the players constantly, the Natasha Clouds talking about how disgusting the WNBA is, and we're not moving because they need to move, even though they already moved a lot. And, it being called, I just went blank. Who was it? Nafisa? I can't remember now who it was. Collier, it might have been Brianna Stewart, talking about how the WNBA proposal was a slap in the face. Forget the fact that it just, what, four xed player salaries. So apparently someone at the WNBA said, you know what, enough's enough. Let's get some more of the details out there and let people know just exactly what is in the league proposal and put everything back on the players, because this does not make the players look good in any way, shape, or form. By the way, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate all your support. Thank you so much. If you are enjoying the content, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Those are going in the wrong direction. I know I won't get into all that again, but please, it does help out tremendously. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Of course, shout out to the 19, all y'all that have been here a long time. We talked about this briefly the other day about the what a mess it was. Nafisa Collier didn't even make it. I mean, she ended up being there on Zoom and everything, but her and Kelsey Plum made a big deal about attending. I think there were only like 4 or 5 players in person. There were about 40 or so I via Zoom that were there as well. And it seems to me like we have gotten a split, kind of like we've talked about from here and there, where it's all of the old guard in charge, and what they want from all of this is very, very different from what is best for all of the players and what a lot of the players want. So it's going to be interesting now that this has gotten put out there, whether or not some of the players will start pressuring the representation, the union leaders, into having a vote on that WNBA proposal, because it doesn't seem like the WNBA is going to make another one. So anyway, here we go. We got some more information we got to talk about now. Goals for a win-win, right? That this is obviously boilerplate PR, but there's nothing wrong with it. Substantially increase player salaries to reflect recent and future business growth. Perfect. Promote business health and profitability. Absolutely need that. Maintain incentives for team and league investment. 100%. You only encourage investment by showing that the investment is going to become larger. Isn't that how it's supposed to work, right? You invest money, you expect a larger return. That money gets used to the benefit of the league, to grow the league, and so on and so forth. And here's where we get what you probably saw in the title, maybe in the thumbnail. Where does that number come from? Let's check it out. WNBA CBA revenue sharing proposal, projected player salaries, super max, right? Super max, $250,000 in 2025. It's like 249 and change. In 2026, projected base 1.1 million to the supermax 1.295 million. And then past that, we get 2031 projected 1.575 million, based on the Supermax 1.87 million. Now keep in mind 2025 250K. Okay. 2031, it even gave you a projection, because this is showing you how the revenue number that the WNBA is using in terms of revenue sharing is going to be helpful. It said, look, if this growth is legitimate. In other words, if they capitalize, change everything they've been doing, and capitalize on what Caitlin Clark has brought to the league and actually generate more league wide growth. 2031 higher revenue scenario, 1.8 million base salary, 2.4 million total salary for the Supermax. And of course, we can also see what that means in terms of average player salary. And you can see the massive increases here as well. 120K in 2025, 2026 projected 465, 540 total, 2031 projected 655,000. Remember, this is average player salary. This is not the top number. 780,000 total, 2031 higher revenue scenario if that growth is legit and the WNBA keeps growing the way they hope. 745K, $1 million total salary for the average salary in the WNBA in 2031. These are massive numbers, massive increases over a 5-year period. Okay. This, folks, this is not the WNBA not moving. This is not a slap in the face. It is an embarrassment for the players, the way they've been acting with regard to this negotiations. And again, I keep saying, I'm not saying that the WNBA Angels, the players are wrong about everything. I'm saying in the battle to negotiate and what a negotiation is supposed to be in the hopes of helping the players and the league, the players have done everything wrong. And the league has said, you know what? We're going to let everyone know just exactly what that slap in the face entails. And you can see it here. This is ridiculous growth. Okay? This is ridiculous growth over a short period of time. But wait, there's more. And some of it's kind of entertaining, but the WNBA CBA proposal summary of those improvements. So they went and listed all of them out. We've got 37 things here. We, of course, won't go through all of them. The new revenue share, obviously, the player salaries is a big deal. We got the team charter travel, first class, but we got a lot of the other things that people are talking on, right? There's more 401k stuff, more staffing requirements in terms of physicians, trainers, strength and conditioning coaches. There are exceptions to salary caps and better things for players that get pregnant. There's an increase in the per diem with annual cost of living increases. There's broader access to family planning benefits, medical benefits, continuation for players waived after mid-season. I believe what I'm looking for. I had the number. I had it, and I mean I know what it is, but I just wanted to word it properly, but I believe there are also two roster spots for, here it is, number 9, two new, my number, I should have known that, two new developmental player roster spots. So a lot of that stuff we saw, especially with the Indiana Fever and all the injuries that they had and all those things we talked about in terms of all the different types of roster spots and the salaries versus the salary cap and the 7 day and all of that. Two new developmental player roster spots. That is huge for the league as well. A lot of people focusing on number 37, free WNBA League Pass, as, oh, why wasn't that in before? Well, you know what? Did the players ask for it? I don't know. I can't imagine the league saying no to something so inexpensive for them per player. But again, the last CBA was 2020, or it might have been 2019 for the 2020 season. So players might not even ask for it, might not even have been a thought in anybody's mind about that. Now, I'll tell you one thing that popped out for me that I do not like at all, and this is not WNBA specific. This is not an attack on the players or anything like that. This is to me one of those things that I think has been ruining sports in general. And that is here 31, ability to invest in and have endorsement deals with sports betting. That is an absolutely terrible, terrible idea. I think sports books and the amount of advertising they do and the actual connection, the incestuous connection they have with the sports themselves now, completely ruining sports. You can see it. You're seeing it in the NBA as well, but you absolutely see it in the NFL, especially with the state of their officiating. That is only going to make the officiating problem even worse, and it's going to bring a bigger spotlight to poor officiating when you start talking about the sportsbook connection as well. It's bad enough with betting, but now you're going to get the players involved. That's a bad idea. It's kind of wild that we have elimination of marijuana testing followed by new treatment programs for marijuana and alcohol abuse. That's kind of wild. complimentary All-Star tickets for all players. That's kind of interesting that they didn't have that as well, but I can see, again, might not have been something that was asked for. So here we go. Now we will see what the players do. It's I'd like to be the fly on the wall right now in conversations between a bunch of different players, especially the younger ones who have a bright future, and say, why are we risking losing an entire season and blowing all this momentum that we may never, ever get back for a few disgruntled, jealous vets who want to keep us from succeeding because they missed out on all this? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate it as always. Thank you so much. Like, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. I will talk to you later.